What's up, my good people? This is Joey Young, and today I'm talking about the Solopreneur's Guide to Sustained Motivation. 4 tips to help you grow your business through sustained motivation. And listen, I get it. I have a solopreneur business. It takes a lot of energy, but it takes a lot of time to do something great. So this is my guide to help you maintain that energy over the long term to reach those solopreneur goals. And the first thing we got to understand in this process, the first principle, is that our body has needs. Your body, my body has needs. And it's far better to give our body what it needs rather than waiting for it to take it from us. So, for example, sleep, which is one of the 4 keys. It's far better to create a simple, actionable, effective sleep plan than to wait for our body to take from us the sleep that it needs. So the key is to be proactive, to make a plan in each of these 4 areas and to get ahead of our body's needs. That way we're not living in reaction mode or panic mode every day, trying to fight our own body. We're actually providing it what it needs and therefore getting the motivation we need and the energy we need to sustain our business ventures. So that's the first principle to understand. The second one you got to understand too is that our motivation is highly correlated with our discipline in these 4 areas. So if you're having a bad day, for example, more than likely it's because you failed to have discipline in one of these 4 areas in the last couple of days. So something to watch out for is thinking to yourself whenever you're going through a bad day is, what have I done in these 4 areas in the last 48 hours that may have caused this bad day to happen? Because the reality is that our motivation is far more integrated with our health and our body and our body's needs than we think. And especially as business owners, we can't afford to have a slow day or an off day when a lot of it falls on ourselves. So let's jump into what these 4 key areas are to sustain motivation. Before we do that though, please take a moment to like this video. I would so appreciate it if you would hit that like button because it does help the algorithm to share this video to more people who may need it. So after you've taken a moment to hit that like button, let's jump in. Okay, so the first key is to identify and implement our optimal sleep schedule. You know, as solopreneurs, it can be very easy to feel like everything's resting on our shoulders and we need to get something done right now and to push through an all-nighter and just to finish a project for a client or something. But this is very dangerous because, and the reality is there are very few tasks or projects that are worth destroying our sleep schedule over. Very few things are actually urgent. They just feel urgent because we feel like everything is on our shoulders. So the key here is to identify what your body actually needs as far as sleep. You know, what is actually required of you to feel rested so you can have that energy you need and that motivation you need. And then to practice it on a day-to-day basis. And remember and think long and hard before you pull that all-nighter or before you work that extra 6 hours to think to yourself, am I gonna wreck my sleep schedule the next 2 days and is it worth it? Because a lot of times it's not. The second key is to take time to meditate and or pray, especially when you don't feel like it. You see, as solopreneurs, we feel like a lot weighs on our shoulders again, and it feels like we have a lot to get done and we can feel guilty about taking breaks from our work. But the reality is it's far more helpful to take the breaks we need before our body takes the breaks from us and steals away from time we actually need to be productive because we didn't rest well enough throughout the day. So what does that look like? Well, if you think of your cognitive energy throughout the day as a continuum, beginning of the day to the end, and throughout the day you use a lot of brain energy to figure out different projects and tasks, and it becomes very tough at the end of the day to find the motivation and the energy to concentrate on the things that really need our energy at that time. So the key here is to take a short 10-20 minute break throughout the day to be able to kick our energy and cognitive energy back up and give us that push of motivation again to push through that, noon or 2 or 4 or 5 o'clock fatigue that we feel. And if we have more energy, we automatically have more motivation. So if you're not already, take time to do that meditation, that prayer that gives your body energy and your mind the rest it needs to get that that boost of cognitive power later in the day. And this will pay huge dividends for you when it comes to sustaining your motivation throughout a regular workday. Tip number 3 is to eat lighter foods and eat less often. You know, one of the biggest problems in America is the overconsumption of calories. And this does not only lead to medical conditions, but it can also lead to a lack of motivation. If you want to feel lighter, more energetic, have more motivation throughout the day, actually eat less, because it's the weight of your food in your stomach and the energy to digest it that's taken away a lot of your motivation throughout the day. And one tool that can be very helpful for this is intermittent fasting. If you're like me, it's much easier to not eat at all than to make a decision to eat healthy. And knowing this, it could actually be easier to eat one healthy meal a day than it is to eat 3 healthy meals a day, if that makes sense. So consider the idea of, instead of trying to plan and pack for a great lunch and cooking a healthy breakfast every day, what if you were just to eat one healthy meal a day throughout the work week, get enough calories to sustain yourself, but less than you need to be, weighted down, and then reward yourself at the end of the week with a meal that you really want. Then that unhealthy meal, or that meal that you really enjoy, is something that you don't have to experience every single day, but it's actually a reward for getting through an awesome, productive work week. And then you don't have to worry about food during the middle of the week as well. And what this creates is a really good system to help you to feel more motivated, because you're eating lighter, you're eating less, and you're becoming more energized just because you're not worrying about food decisions and you're not weighed down by that food as well. This can be super helpful for getting more motivation throughout the week. All right, last key to sustain motivation is exercise. Finding an exercise plan that compels you. And listen, I know we're all told that exercise is great for having more energy in our life, but all the fads and all the new exercise routines and all the most effective dialed in training programs are not going to help us unless we actually do them on a consistent basis. So the key here is not to find the best exercise plan or the one that we kind of like most in the moment, but to find one that actually genuinely gets us excited about it. If we can feel genuinely stoked to go ice skating, or to go jump in a pool, or play ping pong, or play some team sport, or hit the gym, whatever it is that actually gets us excited about this exercise is the type of exercise that we need to do. So have a think about what sustained exercise plan would actually continue to bring you joy and get you excited about it over the long term, because this is the exercise plan that's actually going to make you do it consistently, and therefore actually give you the return on investment of extra motivation, because now you got the vitality and the energy from exercise on a regular basis. And this is going to be super helpful. So those are the 4 key areas we need to focus on. Remember, the principle is our body has needs, and we need to be able to deliver those needs to our body before it takes it from us. A good, simple, actionable plan in each of these 4 areas will help us to maintain the motivation we need day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, to be able to grow our business. So make that actionable plan, and remember, any bad day you have is potentially because of a lack of discipline in one of these 4 areas. So that's a good place to start. Create a plan and stick to it. And my friends, I hope this is helpful to you. Please leave a comment down below if you found this helpful. Leave a like if you want this to share to more people. I'd so appreciate it. And until next time, get out there and create the impossible in your life. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It really helps spread the message. And hey, I know you're the type of person who has big dreams for your life. You've got goals and you want to create a better future for yourself and your family. As a personal development coach, it's my job to help you identify and take action on whatever your next step is. So please take action right now. Click the link in the video description and book yourself a free 30-minute clarity call with myself. We'll talk about you, your challenges, and what the exact next step is for you. I can't wait to see how I can help you create the impossible in your life. So if that would be of service to you, if that would help, click the link in the video description, and I can't wait to talk to you soon.